Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is FRC 2012 season, round 11 out of 16, and we're here at Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium, for the Belgian Grand Prix. Um, Today, as usual, is going to be a dry qualifying session, and things are pretty close in the championship, so we'll see what's going to happen after the Belgian Grand Prix, but for now it is Lotus in the lead of the Constructors' Championship, and Max Mittler is building some gap ahead of Abovic, Buggers, and the Lotus drivers. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to get the pole position tomorrow. As now it's time for us to begin.
And also, I am here. That is to P at 2.5 or Blakemore, which is very well known throughout the RC community. And good evening, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, and that's really close between the two of Zaubers on the pit lane. Oh, that's interesting. So got some kind of an accident already. There was a collision also. Yep. And the series already have some job to do. Right now on the track we have these guys, Fernando Toss, Liam Pasalic with his new helmet, which is Guangzhou 2022 helmet for the Miami Grand Prix. That's what it looks like. Then we have the Zaubers of Simon Tosca and Niklas Johansson. They might have some fun here in the hot lap while trying to overtake each other, so we're going to we'll see. Then we have Jake Tilsley. I think he still hasn't got any win this season. Rodrigo Jimenez, who was quite successful in the last two races. It's Stain Frasers and Tina Andreoli, Miha, Martinez, Bobovic, Aditya Bagos, Andrew Paracelsus, Jacob Holker, Vuji Carmen, Jafari Blackwood, Eric Hanebusa, Benjamin Rushton, Adam Hidayat, Max Mitla, Alex Luan, Musa Karimov, and
Yeah.
yep.
That's it. Here's the HRT. He's on his lap now of Fernando Tost. Fernando Tost is on the lap, and also the. Is the stream laggy or not?
Fernando Tost sets the first lap of the day, and it is 1:47.418.
Yeah. Here comes looking Sonic, I bet.
Oh, bless you.
Well, I thought you were gonna smash the tie for a second there, but no.
Because Johansson won 47.2, Santos on P6, Disley P2, then Jimenez P6, Fraser P2, Sergio P1, Mija goes 8th fastest, Rosetta Martinez. The Caterham is going to be all the way down on the last position, Habouch P5, Bagos P7, and now the Caterham. And that's Pitwolf and P13 for the green guys, but not for Salon, Holker. P13, Muji Carmen P2, Jafari Blackwood, wow, what a lap, 1:46.9. 1:48.3 for Erika Hanebusa, 1:48.3 for Rushton as well, but Benji is on P20, he did P2 and Max Minder on P1. So at the moment outside of top 16 we have Sammy Toscan, Paracelsus, Horlocker, Hanebusa, Martinson, Rushton, and for some reason Benji is all the way down on the last position. Probably there was a mistake, but I wouldn't have thought that Williams is going to be so slow. But right now he says the fastest sector 1, so I would bet it was a mistake. next was Sergio Hanebosa on P20 on Force India. All the drivers are on the pit lane right now, so should we talk about the previous results here at Spa, as the results are very interesting. So last season on pole position was Dane Fraser. There was Daniel, was on second position, he was leading a race. He was hoping for a podium at least, but yep, engine failure and all his hopes were gone. But at least he started from the front row. The interesting thing was that during the qualifying of the main tier it was raining, so even the lap times of Q1 were much slower than the pole position for Formula Renault race. So the fastest lap, actually the pole position lap, took 2 minutes and 4 tenths of a second for Daniel Fraser, which is about 15 seconds slower than we can see now, but also considering that the pole position in 2010 was much faster, as it was 1 minute and 41 second, I think. Yep. As it was for the Ferrari of Kakaboy, 147.378 in front of Senor Kaka and Dabovic.
Can't believe this because I'm so. I don't think I feel well today. I actually don't feel well today, so I think I'll have to sit this out. I do think I will sit this one out because I'm just why every single time I do like an FRC race, like qualifying or a race commentary, I have to do something else. Like it's so stupid sometimes. Oh, see you later, gentlemen. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's
Sorry
fine.
about that.
So, bye.
Bye.
Eight minutes to go, basically 9 minutes, but still. We have Dane Fraser completing the final sector with Nicole Johansson behind him on P8. That's a solid result for Sauber. They're looking really good at the second half of the season. Fernando's on P11 as well, that's fantastic. Chelsea P7, Mujicaran on P5, Rodrigo Jimenez on the P15. Well, his teammate Jafar Blacker was on P3, so we can see huge difference between the teammates, for example at Williams, at Mercedes, and even at Force India. Max Miller P1, he did P2, then Pasalic on P13 only. Samatoskan also quite a disappointment, only P17, Parcells P18, Sentinel P4, Holger P19, Abovic only P10, and Bagus on P12. I guess all these guys have to prove their laps, as Dane Fraser does so far, 47 thousandths of a second clear of Max Miller after the first sector. Now he goes through turn 12. Now to turn 13, 14 and 15. A bit some flashy gains here and already 1/10 lost to Max. Still an improvement for the Brit. Notice Plashamo, turn 18 now. And now the bus stops chicane. The final corner, turn 12, and Daniel Fraser, I think he might improve on this one. And he does so, he's up in the third position. Nicole Johansson does not have any improvement, so he stays on P8, Fernando's still P11, while Tiesley may move up into P5, I think. Yep, so he does. It is 147.023. The next one is Rodrigo Jimenez, he's at risk. So it is P14. Still really close to get eliminated. Max Miller is still on P1, as well as Hidet on P2, Pasalic up into 9th position, Semtos on P13, Paracelsus from P18 to P15, so now I see Jimenez and Danger on P16, and Santindre goes 6th fastest, Jacob Holger still on P19, Vapovic on P11. Bagus P12 still. Hanebus P18, wow. Luan P17 and Martinez P19. Jeffrey Blackwood is going to stay in 4th position. Well, Micha is holding up Bench and Rushton behind him, so we can see that the British driver is not lucky at all today. But still he moves up to P14. Well, it's not that safe. Like, but I think Micha might give him some slipstream during this lap. So imagine driving a Caterham and being ahead of Mercedes in Q1. As a result, probably eliminating it. this is how this young man feels like, and their Paracelsus just 8 thousandths of a second ahead of Rodrigo Jimenez. Oh, and yep. As usual, here's some traffic for you. Yeah, the Zauber. Yeah, how the Zauber drivers actually drive in a pit lane, it is something. Yep. To Caterhams and Horlker. Oh, they collide. Where are you going? Wait. Okay, here's Martinez and here's Horlker. And yep. Wait, what is he doing? Oh, makes sense. Two and a half minutes ago, it's time for the final runs of this qualifying. Of this Q1, I mean. Everything is very close today. As we can see Blackwood on P4, we can see... who else? Abush on P11, Bagus on P12, only Beja rushed on P14, but we could see him all the way down on the last position just a few minutes ago. And also Rodrigo Jimenez on P17. I mean, that's similar status in 2012, but not as low as P17, also considering that Rodrigo Jimenez, I think he scored as many points as Berta Kesen did through the whole season he had. Not the whole season, but yep, I guess you get it. Right on the track we have Armin, Karimov, Smitla, Tilsley, Fraser, Hidayat, Tost, Johansson, Bagus, Abovic, Hanebusa, Jimenez, Andreoli, and Oskan. I think he does not have much time to start the lap. Jimenez is going to be pretty close to the line. And I guess he will make it before the time runs out. Reza Martinez P20, Livni Basak P9. These two are not going to make it for sure. As well as Jafar Blackwood, but he's safe. He's absolutely safe in this point. So Fujikarmin starts his lap. Down the camel straight he comes, but I think we should focus on somebody different, like who, we'll see. Like Aditya Bagus, for example. On P12. Not the result he wanted in Q1. So here he goes, into turn 1, into Lasurs. Good exit. Ryan as wide as he can, touching the curb a little bit. Now into the turn 2 he comes, into Arush. Now Radion. Turns 3, 4 and 5. Now to 6, and that's the Camel's Rate, the longest rate of the calendar. That's where Sector 1 ends, and yep, still no improvement. That's interesting, but what about other drivers who did not actually make it? And the first one is Samet Toscan, so Samet, Rosetta, Litvin, Jafari, Mika and Horker, these are the drivers who could not make it, as well as Alex Luan, who is out of Q1, Andrew Parcells P16, and that's it. Okay, back to Aditya. into pole on he comes. Now it's going to be turn 13. From turn 13 to Campus, turn 14, and now Stavelot, turn 15, and yep, there is a slight improvement there, and 2/10 down on Max Mietler. Now it is 2 left turns, it's turn 17 Blanchemont, and turn 18. Heated goes fastest for now, it's 146.951. What about the other drivers? We have Benji Rushton is in the pits on P14, that's going to be very close. But I'm pretty sure that he's going to make it into Q2, as well as Bagus and Abovic will. Bagus still on P12, but with an improvement, as well as Abovic, who stays on P11 without any improvement. Erika Hanebus is out of Q1, that's impressive, as well as Rodrigo Jimenez. I guess that nobody expected that. Santien Drevely, he's going to have an improvement. And he's up to P1, 146.927. That's brilliant. So that's our Q1 over. We have Jimenez, Luan, Hanebuse, Martinez, Micha, and Holker out of Q1 and not making it through into Q2. So we'll see in a couple of minutes for the second qualifying stage. So yeah, for now it is bye bye. So we're back for Q2 now, 15 minutes and 16 drivers. Only 10 of them will make it into Q3. I guess, you know, the rules said it, no way I repeat it all the time. But now we have all the drivers. Looks like they're in a hurry to actually put 3 hot laps. As in Q1 some people barely made it 3 hot laps, but now we have just 3 minutes less, 15 minutes instead of 18, so it's going to be even more difficult to do 3 out of 3, I would say. And I think it's even going to be impossible. So these are all the drivers on the track at the moment: Dane Fraser, Jake Tinsley, Abovich, Bagus, Smitla, Johansson, Drowley, Hired, Rushton, Blackwood, Karimov, Pasalik, Armin. Then we have Simon Toscan, then we have Parcels and Fernando Tost, HRT and Caterham. Or just something this season in terms of qualifying. So Dane Fraser starts his hot lap, and if you want to join the commentary booth or you want to be interviewed, you can join our Discord server. The link is in the description, and you can join our race streams with chat, where the races are usually streamed. In case you want to commentate. So you're free to do that. And if you want to be interviewed, you should actually join the voice chat after the end of the session. So if you join it now, it may cause some problems for the stream. Like, it's going to be laggy, as you can see in Q1, and as you can see it usually when there are 2 or more commentators. So sadly, that's how good my internet connection is. One 10.957 for the infrace after the middle sector. "11 minutes to go. And we'll see how fast drivers are going to be compared to Q1. Dave Fraser comes out of the final corner, and here we go. Dave Fraser up into P1. Dick Teasley is even faster, it's 147.184. Abolish 147.992. Aditi Bug is 147.474. Interesting combination of numbers. But he's on P5, Smith on P1. Johansson P7, Santino Andrea on P5, sorry. Hida at P7. Benjamin on P7. Jafari Blackwood, wow, that's fantastic. P3. Musakri on P11, struggling with this Williams here at Spa, leaving Pascal even slower, P12. And P7 for Garmin, Sametoskan. Just 3 more drivers to complete their laps, as the Swedish driver is going to be on P11. Andrew Barcel's P15, he's all the way down on the last position, but Fernando's is even slower, so he's on B16. I would say that Q2 is not as close as Q1, actually. But considering that Heated is on P10, he's at risk, as well as D2 Buggers, I think, as he set absolutely the same lap time as Benji Rush. Indeed, it's actually, let's see, 147.474. 147.474. That's beautiful. And while the drivers are warming up their tires, we can announce that the official 2013 season signups are opening tomorrow after the end of the race, as uh, they're going to be open on Discord, and a week later they're going to be open on YouTube. So if you want to sign up as one of the first drivers, you can join our Discord servers. I already told you, like, I don't know how many, about 20 times this season. Not yeah, I actually think that Rodrigo shouldn't be that disappointed with the qualifying, because even if he's sometimes just unlucky in the qualifying or just doesn't have that this qualifying pace, he can always improve on the races. We could see Germany when he started from P18 and finished getting 12 positions as the result on P6. There was something. So I'm looking for something like this for Rodrigo Jimenez in tomorrow's race. Well, Team Fraser completes the first sector, quarter of a second slower than his teammate Max Mittler. We have Aditya Vargas as well. Completing the camel straight, we could see Jack Tilsley and Max Miller in the background as well. But for bugs it is 33.3. Some kind of an improvement for him, unlike Jack Tilsley, but still Max Miller improves on his personal best and on the fastest lap overall. Daniel, also not bad. I think he might move up into... I don't think he's going to move up the field, he's going to send P5. Aditya Vargas is the next one. He does not look like himself today. Almost just nearly got eliminated from Q1. But no, yep. That's a decent lap at the moment for him. Let's hope he's not going to make any mistake, just like for Jake Tilsley and Max Mittler 3 tenths faster than his personal best. Wow. Is it the track progressing so much? But actually Daniel Fraser moves up to the 4th position, so I was wrong. And I think these are the last laps of this qualifying. We can see sparks coming out of Aditya Vargas' car as he goes through the bus-stop chicane, as well as Jack Tilsley and Max Mittler do. So we can see them in the background. Aditya Vargas moves up to P6 from P8, Jack Tilsley stays on P5, and Max Mittler improves by 3 tenths of a second. It's 146.656. Leaving Pasalic P8, as English Hazard does not improve. Belgian Rushton on P10, that's going to be really close. Sametowska, look at that, 2 tenths of the improvement. There is no doubt he's going to be up into the top 10, and actually, yep, he's on P8. Belgian Rushton's on P11 at the moment. Aboic on P2 with the improvement. Vujikarmin P8. We can see 2 Lotuses here at P10 and Santiago on P7. Andrew Paracelsus, he is also the one interesting driver, but 5 tenths gap between him and Karimov on P14, and yep, he's going to qualify on P15. Surely he is. Karimov, the one I was talking about just a few seconds ago, he stays on P14, so he's going to be out-qualified by his teammate Belgian Rushton, and that's everybody making their way into the pits, but not Fernando Tost. I think he can do something to get his P15, but for now that's not quite enough. I think he's the only one on the hot lap. And he's going to send P16. 2 minutes to go, but it does not change anything, as it is 1 minute and 50 seconds needed to start the lap from the pit lane to the finish line. Fernando's on P16. Even the improvement does not help him to go up into 15th position, as he was the last driver to start and to finish the lap in this Q2. So, not making it through into Q3 from Q2 have Livni Pasalic on P11. The gap between him and Hired was 42 thousandths of a second. On P12 it's Benjamin Rushton, as 2 Williams cars do not make it into Q3. Then it's Niklas Johansson, Musa Karimov, Andrew Paracelsus and Fernando Tost. And we'll be back really shortly And once again, bye bye, see you in Q3. Let's go, it's time for Q3. Now it's just 10 drivers, and one of them, absolutely everybody, any of these 10 can get the pole position. Even some of those can, because why not? We could see that Mercedes was fast as well. I'm talking about Jafari Blackwood, sadly not Rodrigo Jimenez, who didn't even made it into Q2. But we'll see how high the Mercedes is going to be. Mercedes of Jafari Blackwood, as Max Mittler makes his way out of the pits. Right behind him there is Jake Tilsley, Bobovic. Jafari Blackwood, Uchi Karmin, Adam Hidayat. Dane Fraser, Sam Toscan, Santino Andreoli, and the last one is Aditya Bagus, who somehow made it into Q3. Max Miller starts his lap. Once again, there's a Ferrari who actually opens the qualifying parade, I would say. As Max Miller now goes through Harrison Radion section, as he had just 12 minutes ago, and as well as in just like in Q2, I think everybody will have just 2 attempts to be as fast as they can. Now it's the end of not of Q1, of sector 1, sorry. It's 32.9 for Smeedler, 33.0 for Tearsley, and Bowish comes down the camel straight as well as Jeffrey Blackwood. And Bowish is going to show us time of 33.1 and 33.2 for Blackwood. Everything is pretty close. Which come with 33.1 and Adam Hide 33.3. Wow. Is it just Ferrari being so fast? And for Dave Fraser it is 33.0. So yes, for now it's 1-2 for the Ferraris after the first sector. Max Miller completes the middle sector with a lap time of 1:10.8, 1:10.7 for Jake Teasley. Wow, that's a massive improvement. 1:10.8 for Boych, and 1:11.2 for Jafari Blackwood only, so that's quite disappointing after such a good time he showed us in Q1 and Q2. 1:10.9 for Wuji Carmen, as Max Miller completes the lap. Is it going to be P1? I'm not quite sure, but I guess he's going to be behind Jack Teasley. And yep, he will! 1:46.9 for Jake. 24 thousandths of a second faster than Smeedler. Bowish comes up in the 3rd place only. 1:47.1, 1:47.5 for Jafari Blackwood, 6th and slower. Which current P4, Adam Heated P5. Dave Fraser is next. And Dave Fraser is going to be just 0.007 thousandths slower than Tealsley. Wow. Summitos can be 6 and Tinderelli a bit faster in front of Summit, and now it is Aditya Bagus. Will he improve? Or will he not? Of course he will! 1:46.913. Well, I guess I did not expect such a good lap by him after Q1 and Q2. But that's brilliant. And now, instead of the Ferrari 1-2, they're now 3-4. It's Red Bull 1-2 for Bagus and Tealsley. P5 and P6 for McLaren, P7. It's Lotus and P8 for Samuel Toscan, who's ahead of Hidet and Blackwood. That's it after the first hot laps of this Q3. So, I almost forgot, so if you want to share your prediction about the pole sitter, you can do that in the chat. I'm quite late with the prediction, I think, but I guess it's still going to be Bagus on pole. I just want to jinx him, but that's just my prediction. Ferrari on pole, well, yeah, that's also a nice prediction, I think. Just look at these 4 drivers inside 1/10 of a second. It's Bogus, then Teasley, then Fraser, and then Smeedler. Really close. Everybody's preparing for their final runs. You can see Max Miller is already prepared. As for now, he's on P4. And actually, not only Ferraris and Red Bulls are the contenders for this pole position, I think that also one of McLaren's can make a comeback, and probably it's going to be Armin, I think, but right now, actually, the highest McLaren in the current Q3 results is above, so it's still quite close, but not really close, in just 2/10 slower. Right now on the track we have Smidla, Armin, Abovich, Fraser, Teasley, Heated, Andreoli, Blackwood, Buggers, and Samtoskan's going to be the last one to start the lap. This is going to be interesting. 5 minutes and just one attempt for everybody to make their lap count. Turn 19 and turn 12, sorry, 20. For Max Mitter, he starts his lap. Completes Lassourus quite well. He does not miss the apex. Tries to go really close to the wall. Now through the legendary section of Arush and Radion. The flat out corner of turn 6, going 195 miles per hour. And after sector 1, he's going to be 32.8, so he's 1/10 of a second faster than Buggers. What about the McLaren guys? 33.0 for Armin and 33.1 for Aboish. Team Fraser sadly does not improve, 33.1. GTC and Adam Hidayat. 33.2 for TLC and 33.3 for Hidayat. I think it's all about sector 3 for Max Mitter now, but look how fast he is, quarter of a second gained on the first 2 sectors. Well, that's amazing. Let's see if Daniel was actually right in the chat that it's going to be Ferrari on pole, but it's still quite early to talk about it, as we still don't know how Daniel himself and Aditya are doing, as Max Mitter now comes down the main straight, and that's going to be an amazing lap of 146.6 and 3/10 of a second ahead of Aditya Bagus. Wojciech Armin does not have an improvement at the moment, and he's going to stay on P6. Boic from P5 to P5, okay, and Dane Fraser has no improvement as well, luckily, but what about Jake Teasley? He's now in 3rd position, and he moves up to 2nd, and he keeps Bagus behind. Hidet is going to start the race from P9 or P10, depends on the lap of Jafari Blackwood. Santin Andreoli, here he comes, P7. He is the fastest Lotus in this qualifying, as Jafari Blackwood does not improve, he starts on P10. And here is Aditya Bagus, who sadly does not have any improvement, and he's 2/10 slower than his first attempt, and that's nowhere near Smithler's lap, so that was amazing by Max Smithler, who starts from pole position tomorrow. Now we just have to take a look at Sam Toscan, who still going to start from P8. And that's our qualifying session over. Max Smithler, a quarter of a second faster than Teasley on the final run. That's amazing lap. Once again, 146.624 for Max Smithler. And that's our qualifying session over. So I guess we should take a look at the starting order for tomorrow's race. On the front row we're going to see Max Smithler and Jake Teasley, P3 and P4 Bagus and Fraser, P5 and P6 Tom McLaren, Sabovic and Tarnian, P7 P8 Santin Andreoli and Samet Oskan, and on P9 and P10 it's Hidet and Blackwood. Starting from 6th row it's Pasalic and Rushton, the 2 young drivers. P13 P14 is Johansson and Karimov, P15 P16 and is Parsas and Toast, Caterham and HRT once again in Q2. On the 9th row we have Jimenez and Luan. On 10th row it's Hanebus and Martinez, and starting from P21 and P22 Micha and Holger. That's it for today's qualifying. I wish you good afternoon, good evening or good night, and see you tomorrow for the race.